Good morning traders and welcome to today's live trading. Today is the 28th of March, it's a Thursday, and as usual we are on the FTSE 100. So to run you through my band analysis very quickly, you can see we've got a band around the 7210 level, one up around 7230, a larger one up around sort of 7250, 7260 level, and then a couple below, one around the 7185 and one around 7155. And as far as trade setups that I'm looking at this morning, I would be quite keen to take a short position from either this band, or if when price opens we start moving up, then I would look to take a short from this band as well. Yeah, price has been a little bit, let me show you, hesitant to move, I think, really. This is the hourly chart. You can see just sort of this very indecisive price action, a lot of wicks you can see, and just not a lot of general direction there. So this is the band that we're currently sat in, and this is the potential one that I might sell from as well. It looks obviously similar on the 4 hour. We've had this move up, this like impulsive move up and then impulsive move back down, and we're just sort of waiting. I don't think that's too much of a surprise given, you know, the state of Brexit at the minute. We've got the alternative options that were voted on yesterday, and I think they were all voted down. So, you know, there is indecision out there. I'm not going to let that play too big a part, to be honest. I never really let news get in the way of my analysis or trading. I'm all about what I see on the chart, not what's going on outside. So, you know, if I still get nice clean setups, then I'll still be taking them regardless. So yeah, we are 10 minutes to the open. I'm going to grab a drink and I'll catch you after the market is live. Right, I'm going to quickly try and enter a trade here. I've just had some problem with the recording software, so I am late to this. 7.6. Annoyingly, but the sell order is in. It's going to need to come back up a little bit to let me into this trade. Just part and parcel of trying to do this live. But never mind. Hopefully we do get that little retracement and it lets us back into this trade. Obviously the order is just a little bit higher. 7247.6. So if it comes back up a little bit, then obviously we'll get triggered in. And all I'm looking for really is just a little bit of a bounce back towards this band here. The stop on this is not very big at all, so a move down to this sort of prior bounce point would be absolutely fine. Ample of reward there for the risk taken. It's just whether or not we get triggered, unfortunately. Another concern I had about this trade was just with a move like this, I've said it before, because we've come up so fast, if you're going to try and take a reversal against price action like this, it's usually better done early on. If you think you've got a reversal point, try and get in as early as you can, and then if that reversal turns out to be not very deep, then at least you've got room potentially there to get in and get out. Whereas if you're looking for that reversal and you have to see some reversal happen before you can get in, which is kind of what's happened in this case. We had this doji candle and then nothing really that's let us in until this candle here that breaks the ATMA, which I guess is a nice thing to see. Then that's when it becomes a little bit tricky, because you've already had this amount of reversal. Obviously this could be construed as a level where price might just want to carry on going up from, but it's not particularly strong in and of itself. But yeah, that's generally my thinking on these trades. But this is the only signal that we've had, and there is still room. If I was going to look at this coming down, I'll show you why on the hourly time frame. He says, I clicked 1 day. So yeah, this is the band that we're in, and obviously if we're going to have a reaction at this 200, a sensible place to see price go and retest would be this level here, but obviously the sticking point was a little bit further up, or I think around the 40 level, so we're not being overly ambitious with this trade. We'll just have to see what happens. It did reverse a little bit there. Did it let us in? It did. So we're now into the trade. I can bring the ticket across so that you can see the P&L, and yeah, let's just see how this one runs. Okay, that didn't take too long, and this is kind of what I was talking about really. It was worth a try, 100% it was worth a try, but when you've had a move like this, often the correction might not be huge. So I think the most we could have asked for really was, like I say, a move down to this sort of level, which would have given us, I think, 10-11 points profit for about 7 wrists, 6 or 7 wrists, which is good. I'm happy with that. But unfortunately, there just wasn't enough follow-through look to get down to that level. And then we've had sort of what's looking like it might be a continuation of this move, or what I would prefer to see is a move back up to sort of double top at this level, having tested the ATMA and put in a low where we can double top and then hopefully move past this low, maybe come down and test the band below. That's sort of what I'm hoping for. Unfortunately, that trade just wasn't one of those ones that worked, so we move on. So like I said, that's my plan continuing forward for the rest of the morning, and I guess we'll see what happens next. Right, so what I'm going to do, if this finishes where it is enter another sell position. Give this trade another go. The low is 50.8, so I want to be in at 49.6, 49.6. Submit that. Okay, so the order's in. So yeah, it's come up to that level that we were talking about previously, and reacted. So again, it's not the cleanest entry like last time. At this point we'd already had some reaction come in. We were sort of halfway down the actual reaction that we got. I actually thought this candle came up and stopped me at 55, which is, if you notice, that's where I put my stop. And then it came all the way back down. I was watching this, so I was getting ready to do an update for the video to just say, well, look, sometimes this happens. I thought it was going to come down to the level that we were looking at, but it didn't. As you can see, it bounced back up to this level and we've reacted again. Now, this is obviously that level that I was looking at earlier in the, I think it's the hourly 200, and we're yet to really have a reaction for that. As a minimum, really, you would like to see it come down to this band. And given the size of this candle, we're looking at 12-ish points now. I would like to see a move down to here, looking at like 16 points-ish, I guess. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. The target will be this band now. Because not only is I'm not being dictated to by the risk that I'm taking. I'm not like, oh well, that candle's big, so I'm going to target that. But we've had a move down now. So I would expect this to be, I would expect the next move to come past it, and the next logical point would be the band. So that's why that is the case. If this had been the first reaction and that had been the signal candle, I would have missed the trade, because there wouldn't have been enough reward for the risk that this signal candle, this entry candle requires. So yeah, basically that's the trade. As always, I will put my stop in if the trade gets triggered, and then hopefully price can now start to make its way down towards this band, but we'll see. Right, so that will move pretty quick as well actually. We got in on 10.25 candle, and 3 candles later we're down at the profit target, so that was a much better move than earlier. Same premise really as last time, and when we saw the failure, I think I said straight away that if we got up to this level we would be looking for a failure to see that move come in, and that's exactly what's happened. So made the plan, stuck to it, and it's worked out quite nicely in the end. So yeah, good trade, and I think that will have more than paid for the previous trade. I think we lost, let's have a look, be about 6 or 7 points, and I think we made 15 on that one, so you end up about 7 points up for the day, which is not too bad considering you started off with a loss. But yeah, like I say, it's just about sticking to your plan, not getting too emotionally involved. It would have been easy to jump back in here. Let me put an arrow on it. Having seen the price fail at the R2 level and then it starts coming down, you can start winding yourself up thinking, I'm going to end up being stopped out by literally on the nose, only for it to come back down and get to the target you were looking at originally, but that didn't happen. You know, we grinded up higher and then stuck to the plan, and it worked out quite nicely. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you can take something away from it. As always, if you have enjoyed it, please do consider leaving a like, and if you haven't done, please do consider subscribing, and I'll see you next week.